Someone said that shit, wala not too much. I know. And that's why on Maiyegun's diary political, just so you understand, sometimes if you have forgotten what is the purpose of all of this, like if you are struggling to understand, why are you even on Maiyegun's diary political? Now, I don't know, probably you found your own reason. Many have. I can give you an idea what this platform does every time my camera is on, is to show to you the state of Nigeria in its raw form. Sometimes they will bring back memories for so many of you who have been away, far away, or been away for a long time, like myself. This is what keeps me more connected, because it is real people who are struggling with bad infrastructures, despite the criminal politicians giving themselves, a pat on the back that they have done well. People just want to criticize. So you get to see the areas, you get to see the people, you get to see what they are facing, insecurity, poor infrastructure, police brutality. Then you also get to see the politicians. What are their priorities? Do you understand? Like, okay, you want something to be priority. Like, why can't they just do this? Man, I don't even understand. Why can't they just do that? So on Maiyegun's diary political, it is to help you understand what is going on in that place from the politician's side, from the people's side, and you can be able to juxtapose the two or more in understanding the contraption. Now, what do you do with that information finally? Well, there is something called right now on the ground, and it is called mind revolution. Okay, and what is that? It is a bit of knowledge, kind of like transfer from the most obscure places, the list of the places you can probably expect where you can be helped mindly, right? In preparing for something that is greater. And when that happens, you will be in the right state of mind, right? To possibly take advantage of it. So let me explain that quickly. The idea of politicians, right, using tribalism, religion, and all of that stuff, they are as old as, I think, human existence, so to say. Okay. However, when such is now being, when such is pretty much like counterproductive, that it's made people more like poorer, divided, but the criminal politicians are richer and all that. So what you can do is that you can put a wedge between that sort of like, system, put a wedge by radicalizing the minds of the people who are potential victims of these criminals. And if we are able, right, to have this level of mental mind revolution where people won't have to look at things basically from the lens of tribe, ethnic, religion, and all that stuff, which is to the advantage of the rogues, the criminal politicians from everywhere. So once you begin to have a sizable population, right, that are no longer easily swayed, bamboozled, brainwashed by rogues whose intention is to steal from you, and steal your dream and the dream of your own children and your own children's children. So they won't give you tribalism and all this nonsense while they party. So once you can have a sizable number of the population whose mind can't be swayed easily that way, then when the collapse of these rogues will happen, right, they won't be replaced by another set of rogues who wants to use the same. Do you get what I mean? No, don't worry, you will someday. Okay, you will. However, the ladies that invested so much in Nigeria, real estate, Lagos to be precise, and they have been everywhere. Kimberly and others, she's their leader. She's from Chicago. You probably know her very well. They invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably millions, in the axis. And when Devulumayi started his Lagos Calabar highway, right, they became victims of those whose lands they encroached on, and compensation never paid. She's been campaigning all over the place. She's become kind of like, known for advocacy for other victims who are mostly from abroad. I don't know if she's married to a Nigerian, but she's an African American, a Black American, right, who believes that Africa is their home. And when they chose a place to possibly build their future homes, it was in Lagos. And that is now history. Probably never going to happen. But she's not giving up. And she's not alone. In a recent public engagement, she said they were calling her Akata, that she should go back to her country, stuff like that. Then what happened to her money? Well, Devulumayi would have that to answer, not me. But here is Kimberly, brethren.
Happy I can talk. See, thank you, sir, for even answering me this. That insult has irritated my life. They have insulted. They even went as far as inboxing my children. That's when the Chicago gonna come out of me. I'm so serious. They have insulted. Yes, they insulted me viciously. That they even call me Okata. Yes, that I should stay in my country. I'm an actress. That my own sister here paid me to fly almost 10,000. So why would I fly? Now, mind you, in economy, by the way, not first class, in economy, almost 10,000 miles away from my 3 kids. My son has nonverbal autism. My mother, Apostle Deborah Stark, cared for my kids each time I had to run back and forth to Nigeria. I have entered Nigeria 20 times. Wow. Nobody paid for me. I can bring my bank statement, and he probably gonna be mad at me. My own travel agent, he probably gonna see it like this yellow. Mr. Martin, I had to take payments to pay for my tickets back and forth to Nigeria. I have spent thousands of dollars of my own money. She didn't give me nothing. Do you understand? She didn't pay me to come and pay. Why would I cry in front of the nation with a bad wig on, sitting up there and to lie? This really happened to me. This really happened to me. I'm a black girl from Chicago. I was born at Jackson Park Hospital. And I found myself...
They also called you a Nigerian.
God bless you, Hospital. I'm about to clarify that too, sir. They said I'm a Nigerian. I'm not no Nigerian. My mama is biracial. My grandfather is white. And my grandmother is West Indies and Creole. God rest her soul. So we don't have my dad is a straight up black American man. Okay? So I'm not a Nigerian. The only people not Nigerian is the kids I had for you all. Okay? My baby daddy is a Nigerian. Okay. No, I need to get this out because y'all, it made me cry. I'm sick of the insults that I was getting nationwide. They was coming in my inbox calling me a liar, and I'm saved. I got my own church. My church members was calling me saying, Apostle Kim, what do you see to this? They calling you a liar. I am not a liar. I am an investor. I'm one of the major investors. And I stand by this warrior. Now, this is the real fighter and the warrior. Do y'all understand? I would not do that. So for Abuja, Ikorodu, wherever they talking about, Dr. Kimberly is not a liar. Those was real tears. I'm always crying. I cried on the way here today. Seriously. Because I'm passionate about Nigeria. I don't know why. Other Americans look at me and say, why are you so in love with this country? I said, because that's where God sent me. God sent me to you all's land. I started in 4th grade. My teacher, 85 years old, but she's still alive. And she could tell y'all the story that I was so captivated by Africa. So,
put in a comment on what she said. Those people that said that, how do they know my subscribers? That is a simple question. Nobody knows who, so it's just a gimmicks from some subscribers. I even heard that some of them are saying that that when the money comes, they will not be paid. Why will I do that? Why will I come out and be fighting? I would have told them that their land is gone. It's not. I'm not the only developer that was impacted. A lot of developers on that axis was impacted. At the time, they thought I was crazy. They called a meeting and told me, Madam, what are you doing? Tell your people that their land is gone, their money is gone. If they want to fight, they should go and fight the federal government, period. You are risking your life. You are spending money, time, resources. But this is for Nigeria. This is for our integrity. And this is for the diaspora. I did not fight this fight. If it's my personal property, I don't think I'm going to do that. But I know what it took me to convince some of you all that invested. There was a woman that came that I finally convinced her. When I came to her to invest, she was, let me describe her, ruthless. I got some,
It's all right. So do you understand what's going on there? Right. Let me explain. At least just for those who probably didn't catch. A group of people found an opportunity where diasporans could invest in Nigeria, landed property, right? So they went and they got allocated land, mapped them out, and told everybody to come and pay. The land is ready. So through them, like an agency, a lot of people put in a lot of money to have a plot of land in that place. Everything was fine. Then Devulumayi showed up. And remember the story of this Coastal Road, right? They said they've been drawing the idea. They've had it all muted since 1982. Since Shagari was your president, that's when they had the idea. And back then, where their map for the coastal road to pass through, right? It's like, how many of you know Lagos Ibadan Expressway very well? I want to say something so that you can follow me, right? Lagos Ibadan Expressway. And then You now get to town planning way. This is like you coming from Ojota or Maryland. You are going to Onipan, Pangrove, Obanikoro, and on like that, right? But you now get to that town planning way. That place where you can easily just turn to the left and then to take you straight to, like it's taking you to Oshodi. Now just picture the distance between that Lagos Ikorodu Expressway, okay, from that town planning, that bridge. Picture it in your head now. Yeah, picture that. Then pretend that you are on the bridge and you are looking at Oshodi Bridge from that place. Can you picture that? That is like maybe 1.6, 1.7 kilometers, right? Then when you get to the Oshodi Bridge, now, again, picture it like you are going to Mile 2. No, that's too far. No, now promotion. Let's picture it that you are going to the airport. That's Mile 2 Expressway. And then you turn right, going to the airport, Ikeja Airport, right? Now that place. Then now picture it back to Ikorodu Expressway. Lagos Ikorodu Expressway, yeah? So imagine where the coastal road was supposed to be at the Ikorodu Expressway around 1982. But because of, what's it they call that thing again? Climate change, right? The water, the ocean, has washed off the pure land from that Ikorodu road to the junction of the airport. Before you go to the airport, Ikeja Airport, that's distance. Let's give it 3 miles. Okay, let's say 3 miles, and that's like about 5 kilometers, right? Distance. So imagine all of that place up to Ikeja Airport Junction, that is land, you have bridges, you have road, everything. Now imagine that all of that place got washed off, and the whole place is now water. So meaning people who had lands there, they've lost their lands anyway over the years. These ones, they started their agency, I think about 5 years or 6 years ago. They put money together. That means they bought where land is. So when Devulumayi came, he just started from where they found land. And that's what led to him demolishing people's property, because most of them had to even like did sand filling to reclaim the land, like reclaim it, like that landmark. He had to reclaim the land, but Devulumayi took it from him, half of it. That's what happened to those people. So they're asking for compensation, that even if that has to happen, like you have to compensate us. So Devulumayi did not want to listen to them. So they've called them liars. They've called them. So the reason why they kept doing that is because the real investors are there. Okay, they know what's going on. So they now formed kind of like a union or so to fight what the Americans call the what do you call that, your legal case? The ones that everybody can file together. I remember just now, it just disappeared. You shall get what I'm saying. I'll file a civil, not civil case. So that's what they are trying to do now, to make sure that they get a compensation from the federal government. And over time, as it is in Nigeria, they have managed, not that one, IROC, class action. I beat to not to it.